It's an absolute pleasure to have you here with us.
It's a great pleasure to be here.
We're excited and suitably afraid of this film.
What are you afraid of?
Vampires, of course.
Of course, yes.
Now, there's a lot of that going around these days.
Yes.
What are fans going to see from this film that they might not have seen in all the other vampires?
Well, this is a proper vampire. You know, we've had a lot of vampires whose hearts are broken and all that. This is not that. This is a proper vampire who will tear you to pieces just because he's bored. So you get to see Colin Farrell embodying that with all his delicious malevolence. And it's, you know, what's not to like?
What do you think it is that makes Colin an appropriate choice for a vampire? What do you think makes him suitable for this seductive role?
Well, he looks eternal. I mean, I don't know what age Colin is, but he's got sort of... He looks like he's carved from marble. He's such a perfect example of mankind. So I suspect vampires probably all look a bit like that. So he's pretty good from that point of view. He's also, you know, he's quite, you know, he's the loveliest guy on earth, off set, but on set he's quite an imposing figure. When he's wearing his wife-beater vest, it's, you know, it's quite, he's something to behold. So he can send a chill with a twinkle of an eyebrow. He's very good news.
Can you tell us a little bit about your role in this film, your character?
Well, I'm a reluctant Van Helsing, I suppose. I'm a vampire expert, but I'm not particularly keen that the world should know that. But when I'm sought out by Anton Yelchin's Charlie Brewster character, I eventually am persuaded to help him, because I have some knowledge. I have some history. That's all I can tell you. I'm giving away too much. Fright Night is all about Charlie Brewster, played by Anton Yelchin, is a high school kid who's dealing with all the things that high school kids deal with, you know, girlfriends and trying not to be too geeky and trying to be the cool kid, which would be fine if that was all he had to deal with. But then a vampire moves in next door, and his mother doesn't believe him, his girlfriend doesn't believe him, but he is led to understand that Jerry, played by Colin Farrell, is wanting to rip their heads off. So it then becomes about Charlie trying to find a way to fight a vampire. So that's where I come in. Fright Night was a huge cult, extraordinary movie back in the day, and the idea that you're remaking that with Colin and Anton and Tony Collette and Imogen Poots and Chris Mintz-Plasse, directed by Craig Gillespie, who was only really known at that point for Lars and the Real Girl, which is such a different type of film. But the fact that he wanted to make this movie, you think, well, that's got to be exciting, that's got to be different. And Martin Oxon has written this up-to-date script, which is just really good fun, and the character that I was being asked to play was just unturndownable, really. I just got a phone call and said that this script was on the way in to have a read. I knew nothing more about it. I remembered that Fright Night had existed back in the day, but I didn't know a great deal about it. I knew that it was very loved. I knew that it was this cult classic. And then you have to wonder why bother remaking it, I suppose. But then I read what Martin Oxon had done and how she'd rewritten it, and how she'd it's the same story, but it's absolutely in the 21st century now, and it had all the fun and all the thrills and all the excitement that the original had, but with a pertinent modern twist. So, and in the middle of it, I had this delicious character to play, so I was very pleased. What should you take away? Well, I don't know. You'll just have a very good time. I mean, you'll just have. It's a great Friday night movie. It's a perfect. It's a perfect kind of multiplex movie, but I think it's brighter than most, and it's funnier than most, and sometimes it's scarier than most as well.
Is it true Tennant shows skin in this movie? Yes, you do. How did you cope with that?
What does that even mean? Does that mean I take my top off?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a pretty sight, but it's there. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Film's coming very soon. What scares you in real life, David?
Oh, events like this are a little bit sphincter tightening, to be honest with you, but you have to keep smiling and pretend that you're very calm with it. How am I doing so far?
Doing very well, and you're a dad now. Congratulations. How is that treating you? How is that?
Oh, very good, thank you.
Do you think you might change your outlook and what sort of roles you want in the future now you are a dad? Or?
I think I've always tried to kind of mix it up, really. I think that's all you can do, and hope that exciting jobs come along that keep you moving, really.